It all began one fateful afternoon when I decided that I had had enough of the cold and unforgiving Australian winters. Why is it that we have to experience the grim realities of August winds while the rest of the globe enjoys their carefree summers underneath the sun? It was time for an escape. So I packed my bags and booked a flight, before quickly realizing that I was leaving some friends behind. With me being away, there was no one to take care of all my plants. This was a devastating realization. Not only would I be forced to face the wrath of winter down under, but my plants wouldn't be able to escape them either, which is why I had to make a change. Introducing GardenChief, the perfect solution to your traveling troubles. It is the ultimate coming together of 5G technology and Internet of Things devices, allowing people of all abilities, lifestyles, and goals to house strong and healthy plants. This automated gardening system leverages the advancements of computer networking systems and integrates them into practical devices to create a functional, interconnected environment that facilitates the growth of flora. So how did I do this? 2 words: project management. It's an essential skill to have, working in the enterprise computing field. I broke my task steps down into the following: deciding, researching, designing, and modeling. The main complication I found with my project was the wow factor, to put it colloquially. As we advance further with technology every day, it becomes harder to conceptualize something out of the box. This is why GardenChief stands out from other competitors. It is an innovative network that allows components to communicate with each other and make its own decisions on irrigation, fertilization, humidity, sunlight, and more, with no humans required. With this being said, let's examine the influences of GardenChief. Over the past decades, there has been an extraordinary increase in the use of innovative technologies in networking. Improvements in network latency, reliability, and functions of technological innovations have allowed enterprise systems to expand further. An example of this is artificial intelligence, which is a form of software technology that has increased the power of systems with machine learning, opening doors to mass automated processing. An example of this in the world of enterprise is customer service chatbots. Conversational AI leverages natural language processing to comprehend the customer's message to produce a helpful response. This has increased in productivity in many sectors, with the ability to reach a significantly greater number of clients than human receptionists can. Additionally, the Internet of Things has been growing in popularity in enterprise systems too. It defines a network of smart objects, things that are connected to the internet to create a world that merges the realm of physical and virtual systems, substantially improving the way enterprise systems work. One example of this is networks in corporate enterprise buildings. Security cameras and sliding doors that are motion activated use machine learning to recognize this and are able to notify administrators of any physical activity they have detected. As well as this, thermostats help to regulate temperature in offices according to their environment. I settled on managing my process with an iterative approach. This meant that I was constantly augmenting, improving, and refining my prototype with continuous feedback from family, friends, and teachers to ensure that the GardenChief will cater extensively to all demographics. Ultimately, the project goals were as follows. After that, I had a clear idea of what I needed to do and when, with the help of a Gantt chart. I spent the next few days researching gardening, which meant I had to get my hands dirty with some practical activities in my own backyard. The first-hand gardening experience solidified my understanding of the requirements in an adequate gardening system, and it was time for me to begin designing my work. The first few versions of the system were sketched out on paper before I migrated to the Cisco Packet Tracer to begin building the network simulation. Once this was finished, GardenChief had been brought to life. This IoT device can be used in both small and large-scale gardening, with its functions allowing it to adequately cater to a selection of different vegetation, from pot plants to mass-farmed crops. This is because of its highly customizable setting range that allows users to individually adjust the actions of each component. Such a feature expands the scope of enterprise systems that the GardenChief can be used in. Intensive farming can adapt the functions of the network to operate massive spreads of greenery to optimize outputs in the agricultural industry, boosting enterprise revenue. So how does all of this work? One GardenChief set has 6 components which communicate wirelessly through the internet. They operate on a sensor actuator system, with the intermediaries being a mobile device that sends commands as well as microcontrollers inside each component. These include sprinklers, air humidity controllers, garden lights, LED grow lights, automatic fertilizers, and a plant camera. Data collected from the component sensors can be stored over the cloud. One of the proposed methods for the storage and management of data within the system is using a structured query language database, which allows the data to be efficiently updated, deleted, or joined. Microcontrollers can access the data and send commands to actuators. Pseudocode modeling the commands are as follows. Transmission control protocol and internet protocols are used to transmit such data. Packet switching is the term used to refer to the way in which data reaches its destination. The name originates from its splitting of datasets into headers, payloads, and trailers, which take the fastest route available and are reordered upon arriving. But how do we view all of this data? In fact, how do we even control the GardenChief at all? Well, GardenChief is paired with a mobile app which allows users to manually set up their components and tailor their settings to match their plants. Modes is the page where users can activate automatic operation settings for the GardenChief. Its hardware settings can be configured in Manage. In Actions, they will be able to initiate or cancel certain actions. And the plant camera is used to access live footage of the plant cam. As an Internet of Things network, GardenChief's benefits do not go without risks. Hence, it is important that the social, ethical, and legal implications of the device and its mobile application are considered to ensure that they are approached and resolved adequately. The social implications of GardenChief examine its effect on users as people. For the network to run, it is required that the user owns a mobile device, such as a smartphone. This can introduce limitations for those who don't own one, hindering them from using the Internet of Things device. Furthermore, the data that will be constantly transmitted within the network must be secure. There is a great risk associated with the sharing of information to any establishment. This is why GardenChief will have various procedures implemented to ensure the cybersecurity of users. Software firewalls will be put into place to protect data by filtering incoming and outgoing traffic. This helps to minimize the risk of private data being sent in and out of the network from an internal source such as malware or an external attack that could risk sending unauthorized entities passwords, addresses, and other sensitive information. Transport layer security is a protocol that is used to ensure the security of data during the transmission of messages between devices over the internet. An example of this in GardenChief is asymmetrical data encryption, which scrambles information that can only be decoded with an encryption key. This runs on a system of cryptographic public and private keys within each device generated by the RSA algorithm. Public keys are shared between devices and private keys are used to decrypt what is sent to them. Regarding GardenChief's mobile application, there will be access control policies integrated to ensure that data is secure. This involves the mandation of signing into the app upon use with two-factor authentication as an additional layer of security, granting users peace of mind with backup options available. Particularly, GardenChief is concerned with its originality, ensuring that all of its components have been designed specifically for the purpose of this network and have not been adapted from models created by other brands. Additionally, the graphics used in the mobile application's interface will be under the CC license that permits commercial use. This ensures that no copyright laws are breached as the entirety of the network has been developed originally. GardenChief is designed exclusively to house individually owned plants, meaning that users are bound by their own property to use the device. Owners of the device are prohibited from illegally using the product on land they don't own. Furthermore, irrigation is restricted to the water usage laws of the state. For example, policies such as the Water Management Act in 2000 strictly restricting the use of groundwater will also limit the ability of GardenChief to water its designated slots if required. And that led me to the final stretch of the production of GardenChief. Currently, it remains a conceptual model that has great potential to be the next big thing in the agricultural scene. Until then, it is expected that GardenChief will become available to all gardeners in late 2025.